What's up, everyone? Welcome to the April 18th edition of the Bet Pro video. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoneyDFS. And before we get into today's best prop bets, be sure that you're already subscribed to the OddsShopper YouTube channel and click that thumbs up button below the video. It helps us out quite a bit. Now, as usual, we are going to walk through some of the best NBA prop bets today. We'll take a quick look at some of the best MLB prop bets as well. If you're not already familiar with the Bet Pro model, this is a prop betting model put together and maintained by our DFS projections team over at Stochastic. That is the same group of guys that have had success in DFS for years. Put this together to help us out, help us be more efficient, make some more money in the prop betting markets, both NBA and MLB. Now, starting with BetMGM, at the top we have Jalen Johnson here, under 5.5 points at -105. You'll see he is highlighted in this gold color. That suggests that he is questionable, but actually, as of the most recent NBA injury report, the Hawks did not submit anybody being questionable. So Johnson should be good to go. Doesn't matter either way. If he were to not play, your bet just gets returned to you. But we like the under 5.5 points here at -105. He projects for 3.9 points tonight in a tough matchup against Boston. That gives you a 57% chance of winning and a 12% expected return. The S bet percentage, which is defined down here in the glossary as the percentage of your bankroll that we recommend wagering based on how likely you are to win and your expected return, in this case, is 9.6%. And your SEV, which is defined down at the bottom as the percent you can expect your bankroll to grow by if you wager the recommended amount, is 0.79%. Now, moving over to Caesars at the top, going under 10.5 rebounds for Mitchell Robinson at -133 tonight against Cleveland. Again, a pretty unappealing matchup for the Knicks here. Robinson projects for 8 rebounds, which gives us a 62% chance of winning and a 9% expected return. Recommend wagering 9.2% of your bankroll, and you can expect it to grow by 0.59%. Now, before we move over to DraftKings and FanDuel, we are offering a 7-day free trial of the Bet Pro model. If you're looking at the screen, watching the video, it says NBA Bet Pro, but it does include the MLB data as well. So sign up, take advantage of that for 7 days. We think that you will like it. We think you'll stick around. Hopefully, you make enough money during those 7 days that it pays for itself going forward. Now, moving over to DraftKings, we have Donovan Mitchell under 4.5 assists at +135. He projects for 4 assists tonight against the Knicks, which gives us a 47% chance of winning, but a 10% expected return. Recommend wagering 5.8% of your bankroll, and you can expect it to grow by 0.4%. And finally, wrapping things up for the NBA on FanDuel with Chris Paul, under 9.5 assists at +108. He projects for 8 assists tonight, gives you a 53% chance of winning, 12% expected return. Recommend wagering 8.1% of your bankroll, and you can expect it to grow by 0.64%. Now, you do see that he's highlighted in yellow. That's because Cameron Payne is questionable for Phoenix's game tonight. That isn't likely to have a huge impact, but Payne is the backup point guard. So if he's out, you could conceivably see a little bit more playing time for Paul. But keep in mind, he already played 38.7 minutes in their last game. So shouldn't have too much of an impact. And I think we can bet it regardless if you wanted to wait until we get confirmation on Payne's status. Next is Mitchell Robinson. We already talked about that. Third is Kevin Durant, under 41.5 points plus rebounds plus assists at -106. You can take that one if you're not comfortable going to Chris Paul. Now, before we recap everything, I do want to switch over to the MLB best bets. Just take a look at what we have showing up at the top using the best bets tab over there. So not going to go book by book necessarily, but we can just pull up and see where the highest EV bets are in MLB. We have Zach Neto under half of a total hit on DraftKings at +105. That shows up as the top bet there. Taj Bradley under 5.5 total strikeouts on BetMGM. Jordan Montgomery over 4.5 total strikeouts on No House Advantage gives us a 9% expected return. On PointsBet, we have Kevin Smith under half of a hit, giving us an 8% return. We can go Clayton Kershaw over 5.5 total strikeouts on Bet Rivers. So there's a lot of different places that you can go to for MLB, depending on where you have the most money, where your bankroll is, where you're trying to bet. Click the best bets tab there, and there is plenty to like. Now, before we recap the top NBA bets that we just talked about, as a reminder, if you have not already signed up and deposited at any of the books mentioned or listed, be sure to check the pinned comment below this video. We have sign-up links and deposit bonuses. Not only does it help you grow your bankroll right out of the gate immediately, but it will help you make more money going forward because you can use the best bets tab and shop lines, get the best prices available. Instead of being restrained to 1 or 2 books and having to take what they offer, you can get the best prices at whatever books are available. And it just gives you more ways to make money. Now, to recap, BetMGM, we're going under 5.5 points for Jalen Johnson at minus 105. On Caesars, under 10.5 rebounds for Mitchell Robinson at minus 133. On DraftKings, we like the under 4.5 assists at plus 135 on Donovan Mitchell. And on FanDuel, under 9.5 assists for Chris Paul at plus 108. If you want to wait until we get confirmation of Cameron Payne's status, now with the most recent update, when I went through it before, we were going under 41.5 points, points plus rebounds plus assists for Kevin Durant. Now we actually have Ivica Zubac under 10.5 rebounds at minus 128 as the best non-Chris Paul and non-Mitchell Robinson bet. So the best bet that isn't impacted by a questionable player that we haven't already talked about. That's all I have for you today. Good luck on your bets tonight and enjoy the NBA playoffs, everyone.